Well, last night and this morning is still going on. At my other clients in Canton, they were outside harassing me, and some guy showed up. We realized they're trying to kill her with that neurochip. I'm like, slow, right? September 23rd, 21 at 1 o'clock, right before Sheets on Whipple Avenue. People pull in, look at their phone. We realize they're trying to kill her with that illegal war weapon. That's what the U.S. Supreme Court 18-10134 considers it when it's used to get the truth out of someone. Remote neuromonitoring electronic brain. Now it's used in paralyzed patients, medical field stuff. Since 16. Paralyzed man plays video game with brain chip. Paralyzed man plays computer with brain chip. Comes up with a cell phone. But yeah, girls pulled in and even lifted up their phone. They looked at me and went, I want you to know we put Amazon cameras on our front door. They won't try anything with us. And they quit following me around. A whole bunch of people. Well, that guy yelled it out last night. I'm like, you're all slow, right? It's like, what on earth is wrong with these people? They're selling terrorists. They hacked into the Protective Light case, well set up for an informant. Selling police information can be like 13 years. They sold it to everyday people. They have watched real legal surgeries, real rape tortures, real shooting nights, real drugging, framing, and they're selling terrorism. They told Dave March 1st to March 15th and 19. I'm sitting on the back porch. Someone calls him. It's a real life case of how to get away with murder. That's what's going on. She'll realize it. They're selling real terrorism. They announced at Tater's office May 5th, 22, by noon when I'm in with my other client in Mercy Medical. Some weirdos with computers showed up after I was chipped. 4 of them came in at night day with a white man, black hair, black beard. That's the one we used as an example to process people. Now we'll process more. They're going to start grabbing real life murderers, drugging, framing, have people attack them, steal everything they have in life, and then kill them. They're selling terrorism. They don't care if you're rich or poor. They make money on the login. They talked about it in Walmart by Christmas the 18th. The agents are selling the login for money. They're selling it for $25 a pop. Someone needs to help. I told you that. I'm in a hospital. They had fake badges on March 13, 21, 2:53 p.m. Before that, in Walmart, they walked around Walmart. The case is called Karen's Will from the agency. Well, I thought it was because I called Will of God. I didn't know how to explain them. So I told everybody I prayed, and I left my problems at God's feet and prayed God's will over everything. Give my problems to Will. And so they walk around. The case is called Karen's Will from the agency. Well, I thought it was because I called Will of God being sweet. It's the bad guys. They come in, we're here for Karen's Will, the agency chapter. Nurse points right at me. Is that why she's here? An old woman gets in my face. The agency wanted the truth out of you. That's why they chipped him. Shut up. It's illegal. I go in the back. I tell Dr. Ellen and Tina's I may have a chip. Man's waiting outside my room. Some damn bastard neurochip. See, there is a really, he said he already knew. There's a real protective life case set up by the Canton FBI, turned over to the police for protective life custody for an informant. And for any of the police can pull it. They need to pull 12, 21, 18 in the neck. I was out for 6 hours, dead. My head, skin felt funny, hair is missing, another man's coma on the dresser, and a 4-inch bruise under my ribs, and I had migraines for 8 months. There was a steak knife with bone and flesh in the sink. Yeah. None of this is funny. They're selling terrorism. And people think it's funny killing people and helping out. None of this is funny. And it makes you wonder what is possessing people's souls to even help out, not and be afraid. And now they're going to process more. Like I said, they don't care if you're rich or poor. They sell the login, and people participate, terrorizing you while they steal everything you have in life. And they frame you. And they can't enter it, and they know that. And then they kill you. And they make money off of rape, torture, chipping, drugging, framing for people's enjoyment. It's a terrorism group. You know, that hospital let those people in the back flashing badges. And verify. I'm not mad at them. But they needed March 13, 21, 2:53 p.m. They didn't pull the tapes. And they need to make sure those people didn't touch computers. Because I went to the CAT and FBI. Why would you think you have a chip? I can't. An officer walked by his phone and he read off my information. How do you do that? It took 2 years for my hair to grow back. I made a mistake and got my hair dyed within the first 30 days. Burnt like hell. They showed up within 10 days at Walmart 62 by the TVs we implanted on our own chip. We all can read your thoughts. Like I said, it's medical field stuff. But it'll kill you over time if it's not removed. I talked to the hospital. They can remove that chip at any time. My brain will go back to normal. But the FBI had no idea. And they got it back. They need to make sure nobody touched any computers because they could have stolen everybody's information. It's just a terrorist group with fake badges. It's that sick and that scary. They probably even showed my church fake CIA badges. Because my church came up and apologized. What was it, November 16th at Baldwin Village, walked up behind me by Dick's. That they said the CIA was there talking to them. They wouldn't have to come talk to them. They got fake FBI, fake CIA, and they're fooling everybody. It's not the government. Our U.S. Supreme Court, 18-10134, 2005 11th Circuit, remote neuromonitoring and electronic brain links is a legal strategy for the truth. Our government. It's a terrorist group. The FBI and CIA wouldn't break federal laws. It's a terrorist group. For the churches took up money to hire men to kill you. Now they're going to process more. Some guy had walked by my house last month. That man really framed her before? Yeah, he framed her before. Tell these people stop saying stuff to her. I've made a ton of money off this. My apartment's still back from the legal week book case. And people still involve themselves. Some African American lady got the login. I listened to her today and I called the police. She was smart enough to be afraid. It's like people have lost every common sense and every brain cell in their head. Someone needs to help. There's real evidence. There's a real login to a real protective life case, September 27th, 18. My ex was spoke to within a few days. That officer made a public statement at Walmart 62. A heavyset officer, I spoke to Dave about those people threatening her. He better not put his hands on her until I find out what's going on. Until you talk to Dave, nobody can be in my house. Department of Justice, illegal search and seizure, Fourth Amendment right to privacy. So yeah. I don't know. These people aren't funny, and they do their little death chant driving around until they realize what's going on, and then they quit and they have to spread it to more low lives. Shower scene in the other room, drug confessions, and I've never talked to anyone. May 12th, 22 by noon at Bubba's restaurant in Belden. I went to go in to mentor some guys that were following me. We found the tape of those boys admitting it was a shower scene in the room, and none of this is funny. No, it's not. They had no right at home, the dirty perverts, and photoshopping. I got a whole list of people knowing It was photoshopped. None of this is funny. And I've never been questioned with Miranda rights, never prosecuted, and never found guilty. None of this is funny. Like I said, they know they can't use anything. They're just selling terrorism.